you don't drink the Kool-Aid. Whatever you do, don't fully buy into anything. I think that this is it's helped me out so many times because there is so many organizations that are marketing to you in all sorts of respects in your life. And really it's just a group of people. You can think of an organization as just a group of people that are together trying to get you to persuade to fully buy into what they're actually selling. And I think, for me, the biggest thing, and that goes for education, right? Like education sells you all of the time that you need it and your life will be changed if you get it. That goes for businesses that are trying to sell you to buy something at their place. That goes for, groups of people at your school that are trying to tell you that this is the in crowd. I think one of the most important things, and so the story, I guess, this is my lay understanding of don't drink the Kool-Aid, is that there was a cult many years ago that got people to drink Kool-Aid, and in the Kool-Aid was laced with cyanide and killed everybody. Um, and I want you to really internalize this, that being sold too much and buying too much into something, a certain belief, can be very harmful for you in all respects. So I always take a very skeptical eye and look at it and think, I don't know, right? Like that goes for even organizations that are really, really great, right? That I believe in strongly. Um, Boy Scouts, for example, I believe in what they actually sell and what they do and everything about it. But if you trust them too much, then you can get yourself hurt, right? That there could be something that actually can harm you. And we know that Boy Scouts has done that. And I have been people that have been vastly hurt from it. I'm not going to get into all of the details, but you could look it up. There's lots of scandals with young boys. I think about all of these things, even that goes for, all walks of life, that somebody is trying to sell you so that you buy into something. And you have to be very careful about buying into that. It even goes for your employers. They're trying to sell you that. Often they sell a sort of silly message. I think it's the stupidest message ever, that we're a family. No, they're not your family. They're your employer. They're there to make money and they're going to try to profit off of you. That's the only reason why you actually exist. I know that sounds really skeptical, but that is the truth of it. Right? That's why you're actually there. You are just a function for the organization. So buying into all of this, why is that important, right? Not to buy into. So if you buy into it completely, that means that you have lost all sense of who you are, and you often lose a sense of, this is a boundary that I am not willing to cross, right? I think that's how you often get into unethical behavior. That's often where you get into people harming other people, is that they really strongly buy into all of the nonsense that is sold to you. And I think if you take a step back and say, I don't know, have some skepticism, I don't know, it leads you it leads you from not getting hurt in the long run. I think having it in, and what that is it's a risk meter in your heart, right? Like you are judging, the risk of the situation, right? Your sense of risk, and this is a great saying. I used to listen to Dave Ramsey all the time, sort of this very deep, right leaning Southern person that that was talking about personal finance. Great ideas in terms of personal finance. Some of the other ideas, I'm not sure if I fully believe. Again, I have a sense of skepticism. So um, he would always say that you judge risk with your heart. And I strongly believe that. Now, you don't know what is risky and what is not. It's not going to be like people are not going to tell you this is risky. Don't do this. That's a foolish thing to actually do. But how you judge it is the sort of spidey senses that you feel, right? Like those, I've learned to trust my spidey senses a lot more now as I've gotten older, when I'm getting taken advantage of, uh, all of the moments where I'm like, no, I think I'm actually right here to actually not buy into this so much. And sure enough, right, like at some point in the future, there is something, right? And I want you to really get a sense of that anytime that you have that sort of skepticism or not buying into something, then that is a good thing. And that's why, despite the fact on my other side, right, that I'm building the reciprocity platform, and it's the worst for me as the person that's trying to sell this as like, I'm trying to build this non-rejectable research paper platform to create non-rejectable research papers and grants and make sure it's fun when you're actually doing it. Um, I know that I get a lot of skepticism when I say that, right? A lot of people, it's hard for me to sort of sell that. But that is good. I love that because that means that the people are really smart. They're looking at it and they're saying, I don't know if I want to fully believe it. And that's all very good. That means you're doing the right thing on the other side. But that's where this is the perfect point is if you buy into it fully, I could potentially hurt you in some sort of way through this business. And you have to remember that you need to be skeptical, right? All of life is realizing that there's often alternative motives. Why do I want that, right? As a business owner, because I want to demonstrate that this thing is going to work. I want to demonstrate, I want to eventually make, money off of it so I can get my recoup my costs, right? Like there's all these kind of motives. And for me to tell you up front that this is just, and it's the best thing since sliced bread, it's going to change your life and all that kind of stuff. I can sell that, but I don't think it is true. It is a tool to help you, right? And my goal is to simply just create tools, whatever that might look like, to help people deal with the ambiguity of doing research all of the time. Whatever that might be, I'm going to try to keep doing those things. But at the same time, whatever I try to sell you, and if I start making these extraordinarily claims, these big claims, just be well aware that I have drinking the Kool-Aid and I've gone too far. I'm going to tell you this right now. I use it every day now. Um, and not all of the things that we've built into it, I don't use it. But some of the things I built into it, and it's kind of great for me. But that doesn't mean it's for everybody. And I encourage you not to drink the Kool-Aid too much. So, all of this is to realize that you have a sense of yourself. And having that risk meter is you really listening to your sense of self. The more that it's there, the better the stronger the sort of moral feelings that you have and things like that are driving what is right and wrong. And I think that those are strong parts of our lives that we tend to dismiss, but they're extraordinarily important for all of us to deal with the pressures of life today. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day.